It's time for Trailer Talk, the only show where 5 self-proclaimed experts react and nerd out on trailers from their unique POVs, editing, sound design, production, marketing, and acting. This week, we are all about 9-foot-tall giant lady vampires and being scared shitless in Resident Evil Village. I'm not gonna play it, but you can. Let's do this. Hey, Nolan North again with all my friends Steph, Pagan, Drew, and PJ. It's Trailer Talk here on Retro Replay, and today, Resident Evil, the game. What is it? Resident Evil Village? Is that what it is, Drew?
Yeah.
Yes.
Resident Evil Village.
Or just Village.
It's just Village. I don't know. I thought it was VI3. I thought it was 8, but it doesn't matter.
That tracks.
It takes a village, and here's a real scary one. Drew, Let's do this.
Oh, I've been there.
Oh. Is this in Germany?
Capcom. I've worked for
Midnight
Capcom.
moon rises on black wings. We await the light at the edge.
Oh, nice.
In life
it's a group of
and
crazies.
death glory to
sound.
Mother Miranda.
Is that an umbrella?
Like the
That's the
heartbeat.
umbrella symbol.
Very Game
Middle
of Thrones
one.
there. What was there?
Oh.
Ooh.
That's the Game of Thrones. Yeah.
Umbrella Corp.
When you're blind.
Oh no.
Is that Richard?
I had that nightmare. last night.
Fillion?
Where are you?
Sounds like Fillion.
It did, didn't it?
If there are any survivors out there, come to Louisa's house near the fields.
Who's Louise?
No, I'm not going to that house.
I love that kind of music. That's so
So like,
creepy.
oh
They're
man.
coming.
Look at that.
Who is? What the hell was that? Stop shouting. You'll draw the monsters. Tell me, what is going on around here?
It doesn't make any sense. Mother Miranda has always protected us.
You escaped my little brother's idiot games, did you? Let's see how special you are.
Oh god. Oh.
Is this all that's left from your entire village? All that's left? There is no one left! I can bust out with this.
Lycans and gentlemen,
Oh, nice.
we thank you for waiting. And now let the games begin.
There is no safe! Every sorry bastard out there has been ripped in half. Tomorrow we'll all be dead.
No, let me go!
Chris? What the hell?
Oh, that's
Why?
Ethan Winters.
Mr. Winter. Ethan Winters.
Poor Ethan.
Ethan Winters. Welcome.
Oh, wait for it.
Get off of me!
Stay the fuck down.
I gotta say, I'm surprised you made it this far.
Don't.
It'd be a shame if something happened to you now.
You killed Mia. Now do me and finish the job.
Oh, Mia's dead?
Damn.
Well.
Ooh.
The guys that did that trailer should have done the last trailer.
Holy
That
crap.
was good.
Oh
I like
my
that.
God.
You know, that
That
wasn't
was
scary.
interesting.
I was good. That was good. Like, that was.
Yeah, that wasn't scary. Giant, like, really tall vampires, lichens coming at you in half form and full form. Are you crazy?
I mean, if I was playing it, I think I would find it more, like, to have those jump scares, like, kind of happen in the moment. I don't know.
I feel like the only way I'm visualizing that trailer is me playing it. I'm like, nope, no, no.
It was good.
Do I
The
have to
trailer-
watch
Came
play?
through and was like, and, no, thank you, sir. I'm gonna put that controller down. You have a good day.
I thought it was a good story. I was really intrigued by the trailer. Kept me going. I'm like, oh, I'd play this. And I don't care for horror games, but I'll play them. But the story was really good. I guess it's about Ethan. That's for sure. The kind of ones you
know.
eat that
Ethan
boy.
Winters.
From
the seventh game.
It's creepy as shit. I don't like being scared. It's like.
Can I just can we get like a playthrough with Nolan? That'd be
I'll do it.
No, like no.
Hey, there was no clowns in it. Come on, buddy.
I'll do it.
Just creepy shit.
Nolan.
You guys gotta understand. I don't understand. I've talked about this before. I don't understand people who just like to be scared. It's like I like to laugh.
I don't.
I like to be excited. It's
when
cool.
you were younger, didn't you like to be scared? I think you grow through that.
No,
I hated it. I got scared watching Disney Channel movies on like Halloween.
My mother
How are
used to
you
take
gonna
me.
play this
My
game?
mother used to take me to the movie theater to watch horror movies. We saw Texas Chainsaw Massacre in the theater together.
Oh no!
And we would sit there and laugh at it.
Oh, I'm a scaredy cat.
There's still the one character that this like forget scary movies. The kid catcher from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Yes.
Still the most terrifying.
So you have an issue with Oompa Loompas then, I'm sure.
Well, I just no. I mean, I don't care.
I'm not talking sexual preferences. I'm just talking about did they scare you as a kid?
I don't get it. In a game like they're not purple. They're orange.
Not purple.
They're orange. I know. That's one of those things where people think they're purple, but they're not. They're orange.
Mm-hmm.
What color
hair,
do you see?
though?
The green.
Purple hair?
Some of them did.
Didn't? Oh.
It depends on
Maybe.
which movie you watched.
They're all weird. Anyway, I mean, I will say I can see that there was at least it's not just this horror game. It had, like PJ, it was a good point. Has a story. We're learning. We're talking. We're trying to follow a story, and that's kind of cool. But God, I mean, just is he like super tiny, or is he always on the ground? Everything is this POV from the ground. It's like terrifying.
Yeah. I feel like it's intentionally like making you
always be scared.
Being things looming over you always just makes like everything uncomfortable.
Where does it take place? Is it
in a town in Europe? They haven't specified. I don't think. He wakes up in a town in Europe, and I think he's investigating or something about his wife's murder, Mia.
Okay.
Ethan Winters is from the first game, the seventh game, which is like the prequel to this one. So this is interesting. I know a little bit about the story of 7. I've never played it. Obviously, it's terrifying. But this looks like a good take. So I feel like I'm not like into zombies and everything, and like Resident Evil with an Umbrella Corp and everything always seem to have like the zombie or undead or like disease kind of element to it, and I'm like, no, thank you. Whereas vampires and lichens, I could probably get on board with. I would still be terrified though, especially if they're coming at you and the way they're climbing the walls and stuff. No.
Did you know there's two versions of this game? A violent one and a less violent one.
I'll play the less violent.
The less violent one. Is there like a Disney cut?
Little bluebirds.
This is just for Japan. The international releases are even more violent.
Oh God.
Damn it.
Wow, I didn't know they did multiple game releases. Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be one of those things with the cutscenes. I like sitting through the cutscenes. There was another game I loved the cutscenes. What was that? You were in it. Uncharted. Love the cutscenes.
The eyebrows.
Good.
He knew it was coming. He knew I was lobbing it up like a softball. I was playing with my fingers before it came that way.
I could tell. No, there's these things like that. I just when you're talking about a movie for 2 hours. Okay, God, you're going to push. But people will play these games I can't live in that state of anxiety and stress when by my own choosing you know how long it take me weeks to finish a game. I mean, I'd come out of it like, so you all can tell me how great this game was when you play it in your own houses.
Yeah, we'll do.
I want to know. Like Last of Us. Last of Us, you kind of want to have a shower after it.
Yeah.
Oh, Last of Us Last of Us was just like, what's the point?
Yeah.
Just like, what's the point of living? But
I guess that's why they call this survival horror.
Aesthetics of the game. But the thing is, there's a market for everything, and Resident Evil has a huge market, like Last of Us or any game like that. So, I'm not saying it's just not my cup of tea, but I will say this: game looked really good. It sounded good. As from an acting point, I don't know who was in the cast, but the voice work sounded really, really good. So so if it has a good story, and the mechanics of this, it's a successful game. That's the formula. So
I was gonna say, Jeanette Moss was Lady Dimitrescu, I think, like that originally in, I think, the in the demo and like early trailers and everything. I think that they have recast her with Mary Elizabeth McGlynn because unfortunately Jeanette Moss had passed away. But yeah, Mary Elizabeth McGlynn now is doing that.
And she's a friend of mine. She's phenomenal. She's actually has been a voice director and an actor, and is phenomenal. So I don't know who she plays, but I'm sure she's in that trailer somewhere. And
the tall, beautiful lady in the dress, the vampire that sucked your man's wrist. Her, yeah.
See, now it sounds like I'm kissing up, but that was one of my favorite characters actually, because I was like, sexy witch. I kind of dig that. It's kind of like my Halloween thing. It's like, oh, okay.
Nolan, you've worked for Capcom before, right?
Yeah. I've done a lot of Deadpool for Capcom.
What's
Marvel
it like?
versus
What's
Capcom.
it like making a big game like this? What's behind the scenes that people might not know?
Well, I don't know if they did motion capture, but if they did that, it's a lot more intense. There's a lot more, hours involved. But either way, this kind of a big game like this, people think, oh, you must go in for like 5 days in a row and you shoot all day. What do you do? What do you record all day? It's spread out over time. So they may have been working on this for 2 years. The actors coming in.
They're working on it for
once
3
a month.
years. 3 years.
Okay, 3 years. Okay, 3 years. Coming in and doing voice work. The developer usually will do scenes, and then they move on to the next one, and it it can, most of the time in a game like this, it might be in order as they're developing the story. They'll record a bunch of stuff, animate to it, then you fix anything they want to change, and then go on to the next one. So it's like in all animation, you record first, they do the graphics to it, and it's all it's a fluid process. So everybody's always, once it gets rolling, everybody's always doing something. But I guess my point is, you may go in and record for 2 days in 1 week, and then you don't record for 3 weeks or a month, sometimes even longer, as they're playing catch up, or there's any kind of stops and stalls in the development process. So it's not hard, but the challenge is good directors and good producers who put it together and go, sit you down and go, here's what's going on, here's the context. So you kind of wrap it around in your head. Because most people think, oh, you get to see it and then you kind of know what the world is. It's actually the opposite. You kind of voice the world, then they animate to it, and then you have your first idea as an actor of like what this is all kind of looking like. So it's a little ass backwards, but backwards, is that what they say?
This game is, Capcom created a whole new engine for this. They have their RE engine that was made for this game. And one of the things we were saying at the top there was the lighting, how cool it was lit. So this whole thing was done to enhance the volumetric lighting. And you can really, obviously leaning into it because it looked insane. The lighting looked insane. So this is the first game I believe it's the first game they've built with this new engine. It was ready literally the month they started. So I always, new engines. When you go in the game world, everybody wants to build it from the beginning, from the ground up, and hang their hat on it. I thought, Halo could have made a fortune in the beginning just selling maps off Halo 1, but they always want to reinvent the wheel. That they did for this one. So I want to see that just for the lighting.
I'm curious too to see more gameplay mechanics. This is a game I don't like getting scared, but I am intrigued by it. I watched Liam play it on Get Good, because that kind of reminds me a little bit of Uncharted, similar mechanics, except it's a different person point of view as far as gameplay goes. But even going back to the trailer, I saw all these different monsters, and I don't know if it was because we've got the vampire, so I don't know if it's werewolves, and then I saw a water creature. So I don't know if it's in a Transylvania kind of town, that's old. And then I'm not sure too time period wise, because it looks like a lot of the main characters are in modern clothing, but then she's, I don't know what it was, like the 30s or 40s. Like she's just dressed completely different. So I have no idea too, like if it spans over different time periods as well. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah. I think
No
like the I didn't know that about the RE engine and stuff. I think this game would look incredible on PlayStation 5, and that would definitely be something I'd be interested in seeing. We're getting the game. I'm probably not going to play it, but my fiance will play it, and I will watch like this. But I'm sure it will look very impressive on PlayStation 5, and I love to hear like more about how they incorporate the audio and stuff, like coming through the controller and then through your headset and everything. I'd be really interested to see the mechanics of that, because with these horror games, I feel like the environmental sounds are just everything. Even the short demo that I played a while back that came out, I think a couple months ago, just the sound will freak you out. You'll psych yourself out by playing these games when nothing is happening. That's scary. It's just the sounds. So that's something about this game that I'd be really interested to see.
That in the darkness.
I used to turn the sound off of. I used to hit mute on the TV in scary movies. Yeah. You take the sound out, you're like, all right. And then I also, my cousin taught me. He said, root for the bad guy. Like interesting. Like you just like root, turn the sound off, and just because I remember it was Friday the 13th. It's like kill.
Oh yeah.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Yeah. No.
Turn it off, and all of a sudden you just sit there and no sound, and you're like, come on, get him. Jason or whoever, Freddy Krueger. It's like,
you got this.
Root for the bad guy.
Oh my god, let's go skinny dipping. It's like,
the soccer mom on the sidelines.
You're dead. Instant dead.
Yeah. Our youngest would just hear music and go, nope, turn it off. Just it's like, honey, it's a commercial. Nope.
For me, it's darkness. It's just the moment it's dark, I'm like, okay, nope.
Just like even from this trailer, like the heartbeat sound right before like you saw the umbrella symbol, and then there was this strange singing, and it's like real innocent, like young female voices or high female voices.
That's
and I'm
the
like,
worst.
It's like no, thank you. Thank you.
So they also this new engine. This new engine does something to use photogrammetry. You ever heard of this? Where it takes photographs to create high quality digital assets to be reused in the game. So like you could do like a land or buildings or stuff, and through photographs, the engine lets you create highly detailed assets that can get reused in the game. And then it also has something that they've added in the frame rate to help with the motion sickness. So now I'm even more interested to see how this works.
Yeah,
I find that with
first-person shooter games, like that's notorious, like getting motion sickness and like kind of first-person kind of style games. So that would actually be pretty interesting. I think this is the first Resident Evil game in a long time that I'm excited to play. I've only played like the first 3, and then after that, I don't know why I lost interest. I think the story got a little bit too wild and crazy. Like it felt like they were just kind of coming up with reasons to battle Umbrella Corp over and over again. And this feels, I don't know, it just feels interesting. It feels like the setting itself feels like something new and inventive. The idea that it's vampires and lichens and werewolves is also interesting versus like the kind of the mutagen, or not really mutagen, but the virus that like changes people into kind of monsters. And I'm sure that's still going to be part of it, but the world is kind of expanding here, and I think that's very interesting. I don't know. I'm not super into the lore, so I don't know about like. There's probably a ton of Easter eggs in the trailer that probably just went way over my head. But it does, like atmospheric wise, it looks really cool, and I love the tone of it. And it looks terrifying, so I'm in.
I think tonally it
Really?
feels a lot like reason.
Why are you in?
Totally,
It looks terrifying. I'm in. It's like
I love that kind of stuff, especially in video games.
It's crazy though,
because it's so like you get so involved, right? Like a scary movie, I'm kind of like meh about, but when you play a scary video game, man, those things can really just, it sticks with you, and that's cool.
Give you a heart attack.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
They're bad for your health.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like totally. I think it looks a lot like the last game, the like 7 Biohazard, and it's interesting because this game you saw those characters that almost look like allies in a way, like Chris Redfield, and then this person with some sort of mask on them as well, and then this community where you're like, you end up in this town and these are like the last remaining villagers, which is interesting because like in the opposite kind of tone in the 7th game, it's just you, and you end up in this place just full of like enemies, like the owners of the house and stuff. So this is like an interesting twist on that tone, but still feeling the same kind of wavelength because it's still the same protagonist, right? The motion sickness thing, though, I'm interested to see, would they then bring this out on VR like they did the last one?
That would be cool.
That would be
terrifying.
Now,
imagine, Nolan, you're playing the car game, and then they decided to put you in VR for the whole game.
No.
Yes. Okay, so my son's got Resident Evil. They did the VR thing for like one day. They're like, no way.
Yeah, it's horrifying.
And all they did, all they would do is get their other friends who hadn't played it yet, put them in it, and then 3 guys would be videotaping him play it. I don't think anybody lasted more than 20 minutes. They were like, no.
That VR shit's scary.
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
Some of it's scary. Did anybody ever do that? Go to those big ones where you go to the Star Wars VR? Oh, they do the haunted house VR, and you have to put the stuff on and you walk around. And have you ever done that, Drew? I'm surprised you didn't do it. They had one up in Glendale for a while.
I wanted to do it.
It's so realistic. Yeah. It's so crazy cool because you can go with other people and you see the other people with you. It's good. That's and they put this stuff on you so you feel it if you get shot and that. It's really good. Oh. Like I knew my mind was telling me, listen, you're standing in this room, but you're like the edge of the spaceship blew off and you're like out on a rope. I was too freaking scared to move my feet. But I knew my mind was telling me it's right there, but I'm not going to fall off of that.
I didn't know that. That's kind of cool.
I'm not going to do that.
I did do this. We did do this. We actually did this 2 Christmases ago with some replayers.
Oh.
Myself and Adam met up with some replayers in Dublin. Yeah, like Tina, Janine, and Panda. And we all went to like a VR thing that Tina knew about, and it was like a shooter game, but just like that, PJ, like they have like I guess in VR it looks like you're going downhill and uphill and across a really small like rope or setting where you're definitely going to fall off. It's so disorientating, but yeah.
So fantastic. As a horror, can you imagine doing this as a horror, like going in and playing it this way? Because it was interactive. You had to touch things and you still had to get out. So you do the exact same thing here. That would be awesome.
That would be cool.
It'd be such a good fun Halloween thing to do. It's like those Halloween houses. Like I'm a little bored of those now. They don't scare the shit out of me anymore. Except the ones where they just put you completely in the dark and then there's people that can see you but they can't see you, and all of a sudden you'll feel like a big sponge go up against your arm, a wet sponge.
No.
Oh god, those are scary. I've been in those, and there's people that just can't move anymore. They just get frozen in place and they ain't moving. Somebody's got to come out and get them.
That would be.
So I love it. I hope
I'm
this
not moving.
Like
I'm
that.
not leaving.
I hope this game's like that.
I guess the question is though, are they going to make is Mila Jovovich going to make a Resident Evil movie based on this game? That's what we really want to know, right?
Probably.
I think that would be a great movie, honestly. I would watch it.
I doubt she'll say no.
I doubt she'll say no. Yeah.
I don't share the sentiment.
Those movies are like they're so bad, but they're so somewhat entertaining. I don't know why. Like it's like a Sunday afternoon, and you're like Resident Evil, whatever is on, and you're like, whatever. I'll watch that. Yeah, they're terrible. They're terrible.
So bad.
Scary. Okay, well, there you go. 4 out of 5 dentists agree. Resident Evil's not me. No. Unless this game comes with a free roll of toilet paper, I'm out.
It should.
You all can enjoy that.
I'll play it for you.
Resident Evil Village. Very clever title. Whatever. I'm out. Enjoy it.
9 foot tall
Who cares? Not going there either.
Village
Not
of the Dawn.
traveling there either.
Just
but it does have
Mary
Mary Elizabeth McGlynn, who I love, so it's worth it. You should go get it, everybody.
I'm gonna play that game.
I'll watch. I'll be like Pagan. I'll watch someone play it.
We're doing it at the studio.
No, don't go in there.
Strap you into a chair, make you watch. Wait.
Yes.
That's Saturday.
We'll see you next time.
Peace out.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks Thanks for watching/listening. Guys, if you want us to talk about a movie or a game or any kind of TV trailer, just let us know in the comments below. Also, if you're into what we're doing, please subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to support the channel, you can do so by using the join button below. Don't be afraid. Click it.